2. It was June 21st, for summer solstice, and 5 friends gathered at their usual bonfire spot near Lake Crescent. Noah, Darius, Liam, Chloe, and Ella. Every year since middle school, they came here to celebrate, laugh, and tell scary stories. But this year, the fire was already waiting for them. Logs were stacked perfectly. A ring of rocks formed with unnatural precision, and on the center log, carved deeply into the wood, were words none of them recognized, strange symbols, almost tribal. Beneath them, in shaky English, it said, "Burn your lies, or it will burn you." They thought it was a joke, probably a leftover prank from hikers. So they laughed, lit the fire, and sat in a circle like they always did. As the flames roared higher, each of them shared a secret, some innocent, some disturbing. Darius admitted to cheating on exams. Chloe confessed she hated the group but didn't want to be alone. Ella once watched someone drown and walked away. Noah said he'd been planning to leave for college without saying goodbye. The fire flickered violently as he said it, glowing faintly, green at the edge. Liam stayed silent. "Your turn," said Noah. Liam looked pale. "I lied about something," he muttered. "I didn't just come for the tradition. My brother disappeared. At this lake 10 years ago, all they found was a scorched log with carvings like these. A wind cut through the trees. The fire cracked and suddenly Ella screamed. She had collapsed. Her lips moved like she was speaking, but no sound came out. Her skin blistered rapidly, as if she was being cooked from within. Darius reached for her but jerked back, his hands seared and steaming. "She's burning, but there's no fire on her." Noah turned toward the log. New words had appeared burnt into the bark. One liar, one sacrifice. Blur. The fire hissed and turned blue. Liam fell to his knees. "I brought you here hoping the fire would take someone else. I thought I'd see my brother again." The flames shot skyward. Liam vanished, gone. No scream, no sound, just silence. And then Ella gasped. Her body cooled. She was okay, but where Liam had stood there was only ash on the ground, burned into the dirt. Debt paid. It was the second week of June when a college hiking group set off into the heart of Shenandoah National Park. 12 students, 1 guide, and 4 days of forest, fog, and trails. They took a photo at the base, but that night, while reviewing the pictures by the campfire, someone noticed something strange. There were 13 people in the photo. A girl in a gray hoodie, head slightly down, barely visible in the back row. "No way," said Jenna. "We only have 12. The guide, Mr. Tate, checked his roster again. 12 names. Everyone present. Maybe it was a trick of the light. They laughed it off until the next day. Boise. As they hiked deeper into the mountains, strange things began happening. Whispers in the trees, missing supplies. A socked footstep behind them when no one was there. And then, at the second campsite, Nate asked the worst question anyone could. "Who's that girl in the tent near the creek?" Everyone turned. There was no extra tent, but several swore they'd seen someone thin, long hair, crouched beside the water, staring into it. Jenna remembered something. Pa. She opened the group photo again, zoomed in on the face of the 13th person. Same gray hoodie, same posture, but the face was wrong. It was smudged, not blurred, smudged, as if someone had dragged a thumb across wet ink. On the third night, she appeared. Not directly, but who? They'd wake up to her humming a lullaby just outside the tents. Always the same song, always in reverse. One student, Tyler, tried to confront it. He never came back. His scream was heard around 3 a.m., echoing across the wood. He found his body the next morning, face down in a bed of ferns, eyes wide open, skin drained of all color. His mouth was stuffed with leaves. On the final day, only 10 hikers returned back. The guide reported losses. Rangers combed the trails. No signs. But when authorities reviewed the trip photos, they always saw 13 people in every one, even in the final shot, when only 10 were confirmed alive. The girl in the gray hoodie was always in the back, and her face had started becoming clearer. Not smudged, not blurry, recognizable. June 27th. 2 brothers, Marcus and Dean, were road tripping through South Dakota, taking a detour through the remote regions of the Black Hills. The sun was dipping low. Their phones had no signal, and they needed a place to camp before dark. That's when they saw a old wooden sign just off the dirt road. Welcome to Raven Pine Campground. Established 1901. Died. They didn't remember seeing it on the map earlier, but exhaustion won. The site was perfect. Bid, a circle, a fire pit, rustic cabins, even a small wooden office where an elderly man greeted them with a crooked smile. "No fee tonight," I said. "Just stay before the moon is full." That sentence sat weirdly in Dean's head, but they shrugged it off. As the night fell, the forest fell silent. No crickets, no wind, just the creak of old wood and something faint in the distance, like a child humming. Marcus turned to Dean. "Did you notice? All the cabins look exactly the same." Dean nodded. And they all look like our childhood home. They walked around the site. Each cabin had the same faded blue door, same yellow curtains, same porch swing. And then Marcus wrote. One cabin had their family name on a rusted metal plate. Weller family minus 1,999. Their hearts sank. That was the year their father died in a house fire. A fire no one could explain. P'd been trapped instead of N, though the door was open. The brothers approached the cabin inside. It was an exact replica of their childhood living room. Same photos, same broken lamp. Even the old teddy bear Dean lost when he was 6. Then came the voice from the kitchen. "Boys, dinner's ready." They turned. Their father stood in the doorway, burned, mouth curled into a half smile. "Come on in," he said. "We've all been waiting for you." The walls started to breathe. The floor twisted. The air turned to ash. They ran through the dark trees, tripping, breathless, until the sign came into view again. But it had changed. Now it read, "Welcome back, Bill." They stumbled into the road, flagging down a truck just before dawn. When rangers returned with them later, there was nothing there. No cabins, no sign. Just a burned-out clearing with a single wooden marker driven into the ground. The campground that remembered.